Hello,
Hi,
Thom.
Magda.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's go straight to it. First story.
Okay. First story for today is about that. Very interesting story because 100% Polish pistols quick hit on civilian market. While over 8,000 soldiers are equipped with the military version, the VIS 100M1 pistols have already sold 1,000 units.
And this is a classic example of a kind of a military pistol being produced for really to conform to NATO with a site, NATO site, but now they found a civilian use for it. So interesting thing there that flows from the military, the NATO integration. Okay, next story.
Startup platform, 1 million zlotys for most best new business ideas. Some of the 12 ideas selected include straws with active filters, bee breeding system, and reducing risk of mold in storing food.
Really funny thing.
Yeah.
Really more Polish subsidies going for startups, crazy ideas, wonderful ideas, sometimes wild ideas. But yeah, bee breeding system, hey, look, I eat honey, Polish honey every single day. It's wonderful. Good to see that. Yes.
I'm really glad that there is a project connected with protection of bees because bees are very important insects, I can say. So it's really important.
That's right. So a lot of ideas here. Startup platform, 1 million zlotys for new ideas. Cool incentive from the Polish government. Okay, next story.
Ebury expands to Baltic States backed by Santander's 70 million pounds. Ebury is a fintech with the status of a payment institution, currently having 24 offices on 5 continents and employing approximately 1,100 specialists, including a team of 50 in Warsaw.
Yeah, so these guys have huge money from, I say huge money, 70 million pounds, depends who's listening. That's huge, not so huge. But anyway, significant money from Banco Santander, which is funding startups in the fintech space. So I've actually spoke to a guy out of Barcelona from Santander some time ago, and they're funding. They had yet to find one Central European fintech. So this must be their first fintech deal in the region. So we'll see how that develops. Ebury is very big on the Baltics. They're pushing so hard for the connection, but the very fast fintech growth in the Baltics, especially in Lithuania and Latvia and Estonia. So anyway, next story.
City of Warsaw says pandemic was good for shared services sector. Although the pandemic has suspended some investments in the capital, Warsaw still enjoys great interest among companies, especially those offering business services.
I think this is just a little bit of a PR piece from the city of Warsaw saying, hey, we're out there raising their hand. But for sure, it's true. I mean, the shared services sector, as we know, we're very close to it, has done great, almost without a hiccup. They've done very well, not just Warsaw, Krakow, Gdynia booming, Wrocław, your town booming. We see in Poznań won the award at our event a month ago. So yeah, the shared services sector, as it especially moves into the IT sector, booming, good for Poland, good for the whole Central European region. Okay, next story.
New ETF gives exposure to Poland's tech sector. The new ETF is the index WeekTech TR, which covers the biggest technology stocks listed on the Warsaw Stock Exchange.
Yeah, wonderful financial innovation. ETFs grew up in the US, have become popular worldwide. It gives a private investor, a chance to play in the growth of the tech sector, IT sector in Poland. Instead of trying to pick your winner, you get a basket of, I think it's 8 to 10 companies that are on the index. Good idea. I think it'll grow very fast. Certainly a smart idea from the creators of this ETF. Next story.
Norway's Equinor books capacity at Lithuanian LNG terminal. A link between Lithuania and Poland is due to open at the end of 2021, designed to transport up to 21 terawatt of gas per year to Poland.
This is a wonderful kind of putting together the pictures of a puzzle, kind of a mosaic. We've talked about this, Magda, a few times about the gas link between Poland and Lithuania. But where was the missing part? Well, Norway has huge amounts of gas. So not only are they providing gas directly to Poland, but they're going to provide gas to Poland via the Lithuania LNG terminal and then pump it into Poland. So interesting ideas. Russia can't like it, but more independence and independent sources of gas and energy for Poland, good for Poland, not so good for Russia. Okay, next story.
Activist investor wants heads to roll after $6.2 billion cyberpunk fiasco. An activist investor in CD Projekt wants to oust the top executives of Poland's largest gaming studio for the botched release of the Cyberpunk 2077 title that wiped out more than half of the company's value.
Yeah, and since you're not playing the games, and I'm not either, but this is the story about they were late 3 times rolling out. Then there were complications inside the game. They got taken off the main platform for gaming. So they've been in trouble now. But they've been playing the big leagues, big game, CD Projekt, international investors. Well, international investors expect international quality management as well. And so now you have this little bit of a battle going on between mostly the Polish management running CD Projekt and these big global investors to say, no, 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 no. You're playing with us, big leagues. You better be top level management. And they're trying to change the management. We'll see how this unfolds. It will be an interesting story to see how it unfolds. Okay, next story.
Danish Semco Maritime to open office in Gdynia. The new organization will participate in Semco Maritime's international energy projects and focus on the attractive opportunities in the Polish renewable energy market.
Yeah, and these guys are in the engineering sector of energy and in the engineering projects as well. So another example, another new business coming into Poland as the energy market grows. Danish companies, of course, have been very, very big on the green and clean energy, especially when globally powerhouse. And here we coming into Gdynia from Semco Maritime. Good luck with that. Next story.
Poland continues to draw European Union, NATO ire over Turkish drone purchases. At a joint summit at the end of May in Ankara, Polish and Turkish defense ministers signed a $270 million deal that will see Warsaw buy Turkish-made unmanned aerial vehicles for both reconnaissance and assault purposes.
Yeah, so this is Poland trying to balance the geopolitical risk, Russia, NATO, US, Turkey, and balance it with economic interests as well. Complex story, will remain complex forever. Interesting to see how it plays out. Okay, next story and last story for the day.
Okay, please correct me with the pronunciation. Mkango creates European rare earths hubs in Poland. Grupa Azoty has agreed to work with Mkango Resources together towards development of a rare earth separation plant in Poland, said Grupa Azoty Puławy, which is Poland's leading fertilizer and chemicals company.
Yeah, Puławy is sort of a government-controlled entity that is, as you just mentioned, big fertilizer chemicals company. But this whole rare earth thing is a big deal because we've talked all the time about battery storage and electric vehicles. Well, they rely very much on specific minerals and rare earths. So this is a play on the EV growth and a play on the battery growth. So watch how that unfolds. Sounds very interesting. Never even heard of a rare earths hub, but that sounds like a good thing for Poland. But watch how that develops as well. So Magda, I'm in a big hurry today. We're finished for the day. Less than 8 minutes, I believe. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Thom.
And see you tomorrow. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.